Hello students, hello viewers, welcome to this video. And in this video, we are going to look at the following word. Let me spell out this word for you. The spelling of the word goes like this. Ophthalmology. I know that this is a long word. Let me repeat it. Ophthalmology. And this word divides itself into 5 syllables. They are, syllable 1 is off, syllable 2 is thal, syllable 3 is mol, syllable 4 is and syllable 5 is g. Syllable 1 is off, thal, mol, g. I repeat, ophthalmology. Now, when we have 5 syllables, which syllables are likely to be, let us look at which syllables are likely to take the stress. We know that we have to exclude the 5th syllable because it's the last syllable. So any word which contains more than 3 syllables, the last syllable should not be considered according to the English stress system. So the last syllable will never take the stress. So five is gone. We are left with 4 candidates. Of, thal, mol, Now, if you look at it, the moment I pronounce it, you will know that the 4th syllable of thal, mol, it contains a weak vowel, shwa. Okay, so we are left with 3 candidates of, thal, mol. Now, in a 5-syllable word, what is more likely? 1 stress syllable or 2 stress syllables? Usually, you will have 2 stress syllables. Okay, so in spite of the fact that you have of, thal, mol, and thal also is a CVC. So you have of, thal, mol. Thal and mol both are CVC syllables, but it is more likely that you will have 2 stress syllables. So you will have 1 and 3 as a stress syllable. So the 3rd syllable will be primary stress. The 1st syllable will be secondary stress. Thal will be out of question. Okay. So in this 5-syllable word, the last syllable is taken out because any word containing more than 3 syllables, the last syllable need not be considered for English stress, according to the English stress system. We are left with 4 candidates. 4th syllable goes off because it has shwa in it. 1, 2, and 3 are left out. We don't consider thal because we need to have 2 stress syllables. There should be a primary stress and a secondary stress. See, I say that there should be. There could be exceptions. Okay, but usually in a 5-syllable word, see, if you are going to have, say, let us assume that you have thal as the stress syllable, you are left with 3 unstressed syllables. And what have I told you? And we have seen this again and again, that when you have 3 unstressed syllables, English stress system will avoid more than 2 unstressed syllables. So maximum 3 unstressed syllables. That is the maximum allowed. So that will be avoided. Even that will be avoided. So when you have of and mol as the primary stress, of as the secondary stress, then you will have only 2 unstressed syllables after the primary stress syllable. Okay, so that is why in 5-syllable words you normally find 2 stress syllables. So this is the logic behind it. So I've given you the answer even before we hear the pronunciation, but listen to the pronunciation very carefully. Ophthalmology. You will be tempted to give more stress on thal, but don't do that. Okay, ophthalmology, because thal is a CVC syllable. I understand. I perfectly understand that thal is a CVC syllable, but don't do that. The 1st and the 3rd syllable should receive the stress. 2, 4, and 5 will not be given the stress. So now that you've heard the 1 second. Now that you've heard so let us look at the Now, this is the word for today. It's ophthalmology. And although, see, there are 2 or 3 traps here. The first trap is, I already introduced the trap to you. I mean, trap in the sense, you will be misled by it. See, you will be tempted to, just follow the cursor, you'll be tempted to stress thal. So don't do that. The second problem is we always, usual tendency, I don't blame anyone for it. See, I'm not making fun of anyone here. We are just discussing pronunciation. If you look at my first few videos, and if you look at my video now, I don't make fun of any pronunciation because, see, people should learn, as simple as that. This is a process of learning. I'm learning, so are you, okay? The point is, you will have a tendency to pronounce the consonant sound in the first syllable. It will usually be pronounced as p, ophthalmology. But then, since you have a p and a h, you have oph. So try to pronounce it as if. Now, just one clue for Tamil speakers. Tamil speakers of English usually labiodentalize their p sound. Wherever they see a p, they will usually labiodentalize it. By labiodentalize, I mean they will usually pronounce it as a f. It will come as a very aspirated p. Labiodentalized p, not aspirated, labiodentalized. So something like pork, they don't pronounce it as normally. I'm not saying that all Tamil speakers are like that, but you will find, if you go and ask any Tamil speaker to Tamil speaker of English to pronounce this pork, they'll not say pork, they will say fork. And there will be an attempt to pronounce the p as well as the if. Okay, but it will usually sound like an if. So it will not sound like p, it will sound like if. Okay, so that is one thing. So Tamil speakers of English, just remember this. It will be easier for you to pronounce this, because anyway we have a tendency. When I'm a Tamil speaker of English, we have a tendency to pronounce p as if. So that is the word for today. Let me share screen again. I've told you the the traps that you will encounter. So of the first syllable gets the secondary accent, the third syllable gets the primary accent. Ophthalmology. And let us look at the transcription. And there you are. So I told you that second and the third syllables both have CVC structure. We choose this, and I gave you a lengthy explanation for that. Let me explain it again. In any stress occurs at regular intervals. The English stress system will avoid more than 3 unstressed syllables. 3 unstressed syllables is an exception. It is not the norm. Okay, so usually remember this. So what if I have 3 unstressed syllables? No, you usually will not have 3 unstressed syllables. Even if you have 3 unstressed syllables, it will be avoided. The tendency of the speaker of the English stress system will be to avoid 3 unstressed syllables. So after 1 stressed syllable, at the most 2. Okay, as an exception, 3 unstressed syllables, and then another stress syllable will come. Okay, once we start discussing utterance level stress, sentence level stress, you will understand things better. But we are far away from that. First, let's understand this lexical stress. Let's understand how word level stress works, and then go on to sentence level stress. So let me share screen again. The word for today is ophthalmology. It's a 5-syllable word with the stress on the primary stress on the third syllable and secondary stress on the first syllable. So it's ophthalmology. Ophthalmology. Just one clue before I close the video. Now, I told you that you will have a tendency to pronounce the second syllable. Okay, or stress the second syllable. Do one thing. Just try to weaken the vowel there. So don't call it ophthalmology. Okay, pronounce it as ophthalmology. Make it a sure. Wherever you feel that you are stressing, where the stress does not occur, weaken the vowel. It's as simple as that. So it is not ophthalmology, it's ophthalmology. Ophthalmology. See, the mall is being stressed, not that. Okay, so you can always do that, although it's not a weak vowel. I'm just giving this as a strategy. You can use it, but don't do this too much, because if you're going to weaken all the syllables, then it will lead to other issues. So, and don't worry. In connected speech, no one is going to keep on looking at whether you have used a schwa or a or okay. So try to pronounce it in such a way or in the standardized manner, and see to it that there are not too many unstressed syllables between 2 stressed syllables. All right, people. So there we go. We have 2 stress syllables in this word, and So that is the word for today, ophthalmology. Please keep practicing this, and please look forward to the next video. Best of luck and goodbye.